All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius, G Squared Tactical. Got the Kimber 2K11 stainless target OR on the table like I promised to do the cleaning. It's already been cleaned as you see it now, and it was absolutely filthy, and we'll go through some of that here in a second before I get started with the video. As always, whether you like it or not, I'm going to say it. Please, please, please make sure that you know Jesus Christ is your Savior. Now more than ever, make sure you know where you will spend eternity. Today is the day of salvation. If you would like for me to share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ with you, reach out to me in the comment section or at gsquaredtactical@gmail.com, and I would be more than happy to share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go through some of the pictures of how it looked when I tore it down. The barrel, the feed ramp, the rails. I took the firing pin out. I deep cleaned it, obviously. On camera, the only thing I can count is what I actually physically put on camera, because the shooting I done when we had the issue with the optic plate, of course, a lot of that was done off camera. My wife shot it off camera. I don't know how many was shot off camera. What I do know is on camera, it was slightly over 1,000 rounds. So it could be anywhere from 12 to 1,300 rounds. And I just have to say that that is astounding. As many, and I don't mean astounding as in no other gun I've ever had was capable of that or has done that. Astounding in that I've not had a 2011 that after 3, 4, maybe in a rare case 500 rounds that I felt like it was going to continue to function. I'll give you an example. The Fusion XP. It has been a great gun, very surprising gun to my wife and I. She loves the thing. But if you've seen in the last couple of videos, it's about 400 in now, 350, 400. When you hit the slide release, you can hear how sluggish it is. It's already getting sluggish. I never heard that with this gun or felt that with this gun until I was around about the 750 mark. And I was like, well, I'm going to keep running this thing. And the reason for that has been said over and over again in all the other videos. I invite you to go over and check all of those out. I just felt like it needed to prove itself. And you know my reasonings why, okay? But I just kept running it. Somewhere along about the 850, 860 mark, I had a couple of failures to go back into battery with the Monarch ammunition. Obviously, as you can see from the feed ramp and all the gunk built up in the rails, that should not be surprising, but I kept running it anyway. And my wife came out, and it really started to show up because she didn't have the grip on it like I did. And so I don't want to call it limp wristing, because of course she was having no problems with the gun when it was fresh, new, clean, and oiled from the factory or whatever. And she had problems with it once it got this filthy, okay? So that alone, being able to run that far out and still running for me, I had no doubt in the condition it was in, I could have kept on running it if I was shooting it, okay? Because it was running for me. But that's just astounding. That definitely speaks to the reliability and being able to trust this firearm, no question. But what I thought was, hey, man, if you ever bought something, I know you have, you went out, you bought something, and you maybe just didn't treat it like you should have, and you felt guilty about it. Man, I paid a lot of money for this. Here I am beating it up. Well, I felt that way about guns very rarely because I take such good care of them, And while I was cleaning this and I seen all that gunk in there, and it felt like sandpaper almost, just so gritty with just so many shavings and stuff inside of the gun. Would I have done this if I paid $2,200 or whatever, $2,200 plus tax, between $22 and $24 with tax? Would I have done this if I paid for this gun? And I have to honestly answer, no, I would not have. I would not have. Kimber obviously sent me this gun. Obvious reasons I've already spoke to about why I felt as though it needed to do all of this to prove itself. But I would not have done that if I would have paid for the gun, because I fully expected to see etching and scratching and all of that grit to have gotten caught up between the barrel and the slide, and just, etch and scratch up the inside of the slide and also on my barrel and the breech face. I expected to find all of that, but what I didn't find was any of that, which was just absolutely shocking to me, okay? The only example I can give is on my Spec Series V from Smith & Wesson that had the blue barrel in it, and right along just on top of the barrel, right in front of the optic, and of course at the very tip of the barrel here, and right here as well, like you see on a lot of barrels, the finish was the barrel overall did okay, but the finish was coming off, okay? The blue finish, all right? I know it's hard to tell from the pictures because of the way this barrel is has these divots out of it, the way it's machined. It's kind of hard to see. It looks like there's shadows or discoloration in just having a picture, but trust me when I tell you, it's like the barrel is brand new. It's like it was never touched. All I did was cleaned it up with a little bit of solvent and just wiped it off with my blue rag, my blue terry cloth, and my little cloth here, and it was like brand new. The feed ramp, I expected to see a lot of etching and scarring all over my feed ramp. Very little to none of that, okay? It's not until I took this thing down, which I have not done other than showing how to use the toolless guide rod in there or takedown or what have you. I haven't taken this gun down. It wasn't until I took it down, took the firing pin out, really dove into the internals of this thing that I really was able to see just how well built everything in this gun is. I just wanted to show this video to show you how dirty this thing had gotten over that 1,300 rounds of steel, aluminum, 115, 124, 115 plus P, 147 plus P plus, that's right, 147 jacketed hollow point. Let's see, the Monarch stuff that I ran through it. I ran steel, whatever I could run through the gun, I ran through it, and I ran it hard. And she just kept running, okay? Now, anyone that has commented in the comment section saying that they have purchased one or they already had one have not said a single bad thing about it. And as I have already mentioned, counting the KHX, the K6S, the Kimber Carbon Compact, the R7 Carbon Compact, the original Mako R7, and now this one, that's 5 guns in about 3 and a 4 year period of time that have been completely flawless, 100% as they say, from Kimber. And so I really hope that means they have turned a corner in quality and reliability and being able to function right out of the box without having to put some obscene, absurd amount of ammunition through them for them to be, reliable. I can't do anything at this point but believe that is the case, okay? You can see that the thing cleaned up extremely well. Again, I expected, as you do on any aluminum or metal frame gun, you see scarring on the rails, the disconnector rail, you see, scarring and, all the finish removed. And although there is a tiny bit of that, it is very minimal in comparison to how much I saw, how much grit was inside of this gun. It's extremely minimal. And that is just absolutely astounding to me. The gun is well built. Yes, the gun is worth $2,000, $21,000, $22,000, whatever they're asking for it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. With the 2011 platform and being able to get a good one, a reliable one these days, you're going to pay that $2,000, $2,500, $3,000. And I'm not going to name off any other brands, but I can tell you that you get more with this gun at the $2,000 or $2,200 price tag than you do for most or from most in that price category. And I'm here to tell you, you can't use the argument that it's not reliable or doesn't function or is not accurate or any other argument you want to make from maybe your past experiences with Kimber, because I've proven this thing will run, and I think a lot of other folks have too. So you're getting more bang for the buck, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thanks so much for watching. You know the platforms you can support Amanda and I on. Patreon, $5, $10, $20 a month. Also, you can go to our website at gsquaredtactical.com, pick up some hats, cups, coasters, shirts, things of that nature. You got ladies' hats over there as well. You can also click on the 3 lines in the corner, support the channel, pick a tier, make a one-time donation. All of it will go back into the channel, and we do get the most of the donations made through the website. Thanks again so much for watching. Go out and buy you a Kimber 2K11, and to God only be the glory.